The information that people do not need is the disinformation that has been circulating on social media about these wildfires. AI-generated images and video have confused users by showing the Hollywood sign on fire. We showed you that earlier, when in fact that sign was not on fire. Sites like InfoWars have made claims that firefighters were using, get this, women's handbags to put out some of the fires. Yeah, and there are people who see this information and they take it to be true. The Los Angeles Fire Department, of course, confirmed that they frequently use canvas bags filled with water to douse the flames. So I want to bring in Rona Tarrant, who's joining me on set. She's the executive editor of CBS News Confirmed and has been covering and looking at all the misinformation that's out there. So, Rona, I guess maybe before we sort of get into some specifics, just explain how misinformation spreads around a big story like this.
Well, like you said, this story is sort of primed for misinformation. You have this huge event, a lot happening, a lot of things coming out very slowly. And what happens when there's no information? There's a vacuum. So misinformation sort of fills that space. Often for a story like this as well, people are going onto social media to get the latest updates. And then you have people who are pushing out fake visuals to sort of, number one, for clout. They're also looking for attention. They might be looking to grow their audiences. And they're also looking to mislead as well. So those two examples that you mentioned, there are sort of two buckets for visual misinformation. The first is AI-generated content. Now, those Hollywood signs, I will say to you, I was looking at those with my team. We do this all the time. I was shocked by how realistic they looked.
It looked pretty real.
I said to them, like, I would actually have trouble if I was on my phone scrolling, identifying this as AI-generated content. Now, we know the Hollywood sign came up directly and they said, it's not on fire. But a lot of people were scrolling on social media and they believed it to be true. Now, the biggest problem, and bigger than AI, is videos taken out of context. Now, you just mentioned the handbag. You know where that came from? That was actually a news clip. Someone captured a firefighter dousing flames with a bag. And people said it's a woman's handbag because they don't have the right equipment. So these are sort of the two main categories we see. One is AI and one is videos taken out of context. And videos taken out of context, they're actually much cheaper and easier to do because you just put a different headline on it, put it out there, and sow chaos.
I mean, I myself, I remember in the early days of the fire, I saw a video of a man with, I'm a huge cat, like an animal lover. I saw a man who seemed to be receiving a cat that firefighters pulled out of the fire, and he was crying and getting all emotional, and it took me a little while. Obviously, I never share these things. I send them to people like you, or I try to find the source of the video so I can make sure that it's current, and it wasn't. It was from a couple of years ago, right? So you have that even for us in this business. Sometimes we look at things and we say, well, it looks like it may be current or it may be of this moment, but the context is important. We saw that, for example, with people filming people coming out of their homes who were evacuating and getting and circulating videos and calling those folks looters.
Exactly. So that also was news footage. So people filmed that. They clipped the piece of where it looked like people robbing a home. They put a headline on it and they put it out on social media. Now, I was speaking to some experts over the weekend because one thing I've noticed about a lot of these agencies is previously they used to sort of be above this stuff. They wouldn't directly address rumors on social media. But a lot of agencies now are coming out and directly speaking about these rumors on social media and saying that's not true. Now, I'll give you two examples. FEMA, you might remember they had a rumor response during Helene and Milton.
Yes.
They have reactivated that for these California fires. Rumor response. So they have that back up and going. And essentially what they're doing is saying, it's not true that you just get a one-off payment. It's not true that if you apply for disaster relief that we will seize your property. So they are directly countering a lot of these things. The LA Fire Department Public Information Officer, he's really busy trying to put out all this information, but he's also countering some of those false claims on social media. So he literally said last week, to counter some online misinformation, no, we are not calling on the general public to come and help us fight these wildfires. No, we are not asking the general public to come out and help us clean up. Because these are actually, people are making decisions based on these things that they're seeing on social media.
That's right.
Exactly. So before, with agencies, they would kind of hope that some of these rumors would just go away. But now, because a lot of people are not just getting some of their information on social media, they're getting all of their information on social media. So they're coming out and saying, like, this is not true. So oftentimes, they used to try to be above this stuff, but now they're saying it's actually too important. The stakes are too high.
So before you go, I think it's important for you to share with our viewers what they can do to educate themselves when they see something that they might, because a lot of times what I think that these clips do, especially, is they hit an emotional nerve. and that's how people react to them. So what should people be looking out for, especially given that we haven't even talked about this, some of the misinformation are coming from public officials themselves.
Right.
Like people who should know better and who are using it for political purposes.
Right, conflicting
so what should people
information.
be thinking? Yeah.
So there's two things. One, if it's a visual. If you think it's AI generated, there's a few things you can do. And I'll give you a really quick tip. AI is really good at the center of an image. So it's good at like a person, there's something in the foreground. It doesn't put so much effort into the background. So oftentimes you'll see messy things in the background like text or trees. So look for visual clues. As it gets better, that's going to get harder. The second thing, which is actually more important, is about your own due diligence. So when you see something on social media platforms, get off the platform and look it up yourself. Look at other sources. Look at reliable information. And one thing one of the experts I spoke to over the weekend said to me, and it's a really important thing, don't share it with your family and friends unless you have done your due diligence, because if it's coming from you, they trust you. So it has that extra validity on it. So always, always pause before you share.
Such important information. Rona Tarrant, love having you in the studio to talk about this stuff. It's so important. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, so if you're looking for a way to help the victims of those wildfires, here's some information that we want to share with you. You can go to theredcross.org/CBS.